Number 16. Again, I'm going to continue with my slow pace. I'm trying very hard to keep this slow that you can understand it. Right, Tyler? And so you can follow along. Do the 5-step method. On this one, we're going to learn that the 5-step method turns into the 3-step method, right? But you always do 5 steps. Anytime you hear the word factor, you do 5 steps, okay? You start with GCF, always. If you learn to do this, I promise you that your factoring life will get much easier. Okay, so 1 is GCF. And all that means is I'm going to go through here and see what goes into 1, because there's a little 1 here, right? 8 and 15. And if it's 1, then you're done, right? The only number that goes into 1, 8, and 15 is 1, then I'm done. Okay? So, I'm done. Alright, next, I move on to number 2. Okay? And so I know that this, already it's gone down to 4 steps, right? Because number 1, we didn't do anything, right? So there's only 5 steps. You take 1 away, then that's 4. Okay? But in the second step, we have parentheses. 2 sets of parentheses. So I can just start by putting those down, right? Every single time. And then we have the star variable, right? And the star variable, remember, I just made up that little symbol. Okay, star, it really was an asterisk on the side of the wall. I can still see it in my brain. Back at Stadium High School. Okay? And the star is the first coefficient. And if the first coefficient is 1, then you're done with the star. And if you're done with the star, meaning there is no star, right? That means there's no star cleanup. Right? So you're done with this. And so you now manage to get rid of step 1 and step 3. Right? So you got rid of step 1 and step 5. So if you have gotten rid of 2 steps in a 5-step method, that leaves you with 3. Okay? So I still need to put the variable though. Okay? The variable. So I take this variable and cut it in half. If there's raised to the 2nd power, there's going to be 1 in each. If it's raised to the 6th power, there's going to be 3 in each. Right? Okay, so I have a variable in each. Okay. And then I move to step 3. Step 3 is signs. Okay? Now, the signs, they come down and they tell me, hey, this one always comes down. Okay? And if that comes down, then I look at this one, it tells me if these are the same or different. Now, if it's plus, they are the same. Okay? They are the same. So these both have to be the same sign. So that means this has to be plus. Okay? Pretty easy? Moving on to the 4th step. And now the final step, because we don't have to do step 5. Alright? And step 4 is product, which is the first coefficient times the last coefficient, or 1 times 15, which is 15, and the sum. Okay? And the sum is the middle coefficient. Okay? Which is 8. Okay? But we have to know what we're doing in the sum. Sometimes we're subtracting, sometimes we're adding. So I look at this second thing. It's very powerful, this second sign. It tells me, for one, if these are the same or different. It also tells me what I'm doing in the sum. So now I know I'm adding in the sum. So I need to find two things that multiply to be 15. But they add to be 8. They add to be 8. So I know that 5 times 3 is 15. Okay? And I know that 5 plus 3 is 8. So 5 and 3. And because there's no star cleanup, we're done. Pretty easy problem, yeah? I can't make factoring any easier.